Let us understand how to add rational expressions. Well, as you know, rational expressions are fractions with variables. So let us start with fractions. So we have 2 over 5 plus 3 over 7. To add fractions, what do? We take common denominator. In this case, 5 and 7 both are prime numbers. They don't have any common factors. So in this case, the common denominator is 5 times 7. So basically you multiply 5 and 7. Now that means we need a denominator of 35 for both these terms to add their numerators. To make 35, we multiply 2 by 7, right? Sometimes you say cross multiply. So we'll multiply 2 by 7 plus 3 by 5, right? And then you can add them up. So what we get here is 35 in the denominator, 2 times 7 is 14, plus 3 times 5 as 15, and when you add, you get 29 over 35. Now, there is no common factor to simplify it further, so that is your final answer. So that is how we add fractions. Now, when we say adding rational expressions, they are fractions with variables, but the strategy is same. So let's follow this strategy of finding common denominator and then kind of cross multiplying and getting the result. So the first one for us is x plus 2 divided by 3 plus x minus 1 divided by 2x. Now what is the common denominator here? Well, the common denominator is 3 times 2x, right? So 3 times 2x is the common denominator. Now they don't have any common factors, so what we do is we cross multiply. So 2x times x plus 2 is the first term in the numerator, and 3 times x minus 1 is the second term. At this stage, we can apply distributive property, add and simplify, correct? So we get 6x in the denominator. Well, at times we leave it like this itself because sometimes there may be common factors which cancel out. Okay, let's expand the numerator. So we get 2x squared plus 4x plus 3x minus 1. Let's combine the like terms. We have 2x squared, 4x plus 3x is 7x minus 1 divided by 6x. Now in this case, sometimes you are in a position to factor the numerator, right? You may do so and you may find a common factor in numerator and denominator. Well, in this particular case, 2 times minus 1 is minus 2, and we cannot have a factor here, right? So that is our final answer. We say the result of this addition is 2x squared plus 7x minus 1 divided by 6x. Let's follow the same method and do the next one. Here we have 1 minus 3x divided by x squared minus 1 plus x over x minus 1. Now, what is the common denominator? Well, x squared minus 1 actually is x plus 1 times x minus 1. Let me rewrite this. So we have the first term, which is 1 minus 3x over x plus 1 times x minus 1. And the second term is x over x minus 1. Do you see that? As you see, the common denominator we need actually is x plus 1 times x minus 1, right? So let's have a common denominator. This time it is x plus 1 times x minus 1. Now the first term already has it, so in the numerator we get 1 minus 3x. The second term is missing x plus 1, so x gets multiplied by x plus 1, so we get x times x plus 1. Now we can expand the numerator, the second term. What do we get? We get x squared plus x divided by x plus 1 times x minus 1. Now we can combine the like terms and rearrange them. X squared, highest degree, should be written first. Minus 3x plus x is, minus 2x. And then we have a constant 1. So plus 1 divided by x plus 1 times x minus 1. Now here, we can factor the numerator, right? X minus 1 whole square. Do you see that? So this could be written as x minus 1 whole square, since product of 1 minus 1 times minus 1, and if you add them you get minus 2, divided by, we have x plus 1 times x minus 1. Do you see that? Now x minus 1 gets cancelled out, and therefore you can write a simplified expression. So here we have shown you how to add and how to simplify. So let me push this page a bit in front, and then as you can see, we can simplify this, so that gets cancelled, and what we get really is x minus 1 divided by x plus 1. So that is the simplified final result for us. Correct? I hope you appreciate it. Now in these questions, one more important issue is we should write the restrictions. In the first one, the restriction is that x is not equal to 0, and the second one, the restriction is that x is not equal to plus minus 1, right? Since plus or minus 1 will make this denominator 0, and you cannot divide by 0. I hope you appreciate that to add rational expressions, we need to have a common denominator, and then when we simplify the numerator, sometimes you can have a common factor, and that factor could be cancelled to simplify to get your final result. So that is our answer for this question. And remember, we should write x is not equal to plus minus 1 in our answer, right? So this is our answer with that restriction. So that is how we solve or we add rational expressions. I hope it is absolutely clear. Thank you.